This is Operation Condor, and along with this video, I would recommend watching the Augusto Pinochet video as well as the Salvador Allende video because all three of these topics tie into one another. And Operation Condor is the main idea behind those two events and those two different people. So, what Operation Condor was, in short, was a United States backed campaign of political repression and terror that involved intelligence operations and the assassination of opponents. So, if you watch the Pinochet video, you now know that the United States provided him military aid and assistance so that he could overthrow the current government in Chile. Well, that's what the United States was doing in other places around South America. And this operation itself was implemented in November of 1975 by the right wing dictatorships in the southern part of South America. So you can see on the map over on the right, the dark green represents the active members, the main members, which were Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And then the sporadic members, which didn't have much of an influence as those other countries in the dark green, were Colombia, Peru, and Venezuela. And then you can see in the blue, obviously, the collaborator and the main financer behind this was the United States. And the United States' main goal, what they wanted to get out of this, was to eradicate any communist or Soviet influence and ideas. So in South America, you have certain governments that are starting to rise up as socialist and communist forms of government. And the United States is looking at that on their own map and saying, we can't have this in our own backyard, that communism is getting too close to us, and we can't have that form of government. We want to spread democracy, and something needs to be done about that. So what they did was they provided military aid to dictatorships that opposed communism. And this was done secretly as well and illegally. So what they did was they provided planning, coordination, training on torture, technical support, and supplied military aid to these guerrilla militias and dictatorships to try and push communism out. And this happened during the Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, and the Reagan administration. So that's 5 presidencies that this operation was being implemented during. And it was all routed through the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. All right. So Operation Condor, again, it was just a secret operation where the United States funded and gave aid to right-wing dictatorships in South America to try and push communism out. And they did so through violent means, which is kind of the black mark in all of this as well.